What's up, everybody? It's your boy, and today we're going to be talking about Goku vs. Cell, the iconic fight in Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Now, I already know, you probably know what happens in this fight, but I'm going to be talking about it anyways. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about why this fight can teach you an easy life lesson. And plus, it gives me an excuse to talk about Dragon Ball because I love Dragon Ball. So let's get right into it because I'm going to be explaining the fight, what's going on in the fight, what's going on in the story, and why this is an easy life lesson you can learn. And plus, it's just going through a good time. So let's get started. So you already know Goku's rolling up in the Cell games, about to walk in front of Cell because he's like, "Yo, what up, dog?" And Cell is looking at him like he's just having a good old time, and all the characters are staring at him, the generic stare, talking smack. And then in a glorious page spread, Goku just stares at Cell like an alpha. I mean, this character art is gorgeous. Say what you want about Toriyama's later art and the later Cell and Majin Buu art, but in this chapter and in the other chapters against Goku versus Cell, Cell as a mastered Super Saiyan, Goku as a Super Saiyan mastered or full power Super Saiyan grade 4, whichever you prefer, whichever your preferred way of calling it. Either way, Goku looks amazing right now, staring at down Cell, and Cell's look at him like he's this big alpha, but in reality, look at him, he's a beta with those legs. All right. And so Cell's trying to give Goku the what's up, and they're just staring each other down, having a good time. And then, bam, Cell tells him, let's go. And Goku runs up to Cell, or flies towards him, gives him a nice kick and a nice punch. But Cell's not having that. He blocks it because, he works at McDonald's. And so they're going back and forth at each other. And then Goku backs up, or maybe does backflips, whichever you prefer. And then he's deciding to block because he already knows Cell's going to come at him like a fleeing fly trap looking thing and hits Goku, but a nice choreographed section. Toriyama gives Goku a moment where he flies back in the air and then kicks Cell right in the gut, flying in the air. And then Goku launches himself up and does a nice, easy Kamehameha against Cell. But, Cell, so he just effortlessly blasts it away like he's Ten Shinhan, right? And then Goku's like, LOL, cool. And then punches Cell right in the back because he's like, you don't want these problems. And then Cell says, I do want these problems. And he gives him a Big Mac from McDonald's right in the face. And Goku just flies down after Cell hits him in the back like Randy Savage. And Goku's falling down and lands like he's cool, like nothing just went down. And that was just the warm up. That was just them warming up and playing with each other, feeling each other out. But I mean, you already knew that was going to happen because Goku's going in this fight knowing he's going to lose. And that's the most important thing. Goku knows he's going to lose his entire time. He's just here to test his strength. He's here just to see what he can do and see what Cell can do. And I mean, Cell's just having a jolly good old time because he knows he's stronger and he knows he won't even have to power up to his max power. More on that later, though. Now they have the great showdown where they just stare each other down and all the characters are freaking out. And Mr. Satan has the one-liner that it's a joke and it's just magic tricks. And then Goku and Cell are just looking at each other, talking to each other, or thinking about each other. Then Goku's like, all right, I'm not a showboner or a unicorn. So then he powers up the full power. And it's over. He goes, woo, right to full power. And it's a wrap. All the characters like, whoa. And then a gorgeous shot of Goku in his full power Super Saiyan form. Max power. I mean, this is Goku looking like an alpha male right now. The levels are so high right now that the TV screen is going to be shaking. And, Vegeta has to be a beta and say, whoa, that's your true power? Because, why wouldn't he be a beta in this moment in his life? So after that, everyone's just thinking about it. Who really cares about that? But then Cell says, nah, dog, let me show you my full power. Even though we know it's not his full power at this point. We already know Cell's not going full power. But he's going to pretend just to make Goku feel good about himself. So he powers up, and everyone's like, oh, God, this is worse than, I don't know, going to the bathroom twice in one day. And then both characters just staring each other down and having a good time. And Cell's like, do it. You won't. And Goku's like, bet. And then Goku just punches him like it's the 4th of July, and Cell has to eat that joint. And Goku kicks him in the face like he's a kung fu fighter, and it's over. And the fight just continues on with Goku whamming Cell, and Cell getting beat to the ground, and he's like laughing, and Goku's laughing, kind of looking at each other weird. And of course, they have to stare each other down for the characters to have their moment of saying, "Oh, what happened?" and they don't know. So then we get some great composition where Cell just says screw it and has this moment where he's like, all right, I'm gonna launch my own Kamehameha. And then Goku's like, uh-oh, don't do that, you're gonna blow up the earth. And obviously Goku cares about the earth blowing up because he lives there, so you don't want the earth blowing up. And so Cell just launches this Kamehameha and everyone's freaking out. But Goku's like, nope, I'm gonna go straight to the sky because he's betting that Cell will follow the ki blast to Goku. So Goku's flying in the air and Cell launches it towards Goku, and then in a great moment, Goku is flying in the air when the Kamehameha is after him. He uses instant transmission to save himself. And you would think this would make him at a disadvantage for being in the air. But actually, it's the opposite. Him saving the Earth in that moment put him in an advantage over Cell, teleports behind Cell, and said, hey, you're about to catch these hands, and kicks Cell right in the back and gives him a free shot. And Cell's back and flips back and is like, whoa, what the heck was that, man? And Goku looking all cool, like, yeah, man, I just teleported and kicked you. And this is where Goku explains that he can teleport and use instant transmission against Cell. And this is when we learn that Goku can use teleportation or instant transmission even in combat situations, which we haven't really seen yet unless you watch the DBZ movies. But at this point in the series, this is Goku's first time really using it as in a combat advantage. And well, Cell learned that Goku can do that now, definitely in combat. And so then but Cell's not worried at all. But I really enjoyed this confrontation between them, where Cell's talking to Goku and Goku's talking to Cell, and Goku acknowledges he's not stupid. It makes them seem so chill towards each other. But then Cell pretty much says he can't teleport, but that's not a problem for him. And then he decides to charge like Sonic the Hedgehog, fast as he can go, right behind Goku, and just punches him straight in the face like he works at McDonald's. I'm telling you, Cell's a McDonald's manager. And he punches him right in the face. Goku's like, ow. And then he tries to hit him back. Great composition. Again, Cell hits him in the back. Goku falls on the ground and catches himself and launches himself back in the air. But Cell's just too fast for Goku at this point. So he gives him an elbow in the back. And Goku flies on the ground and has to catch himself again. And Cell's just bragging at this point, hey man, I'm just faster than you. Get good. And so at this point in the story or in the fight, if you watch the TV show Dragon Ball Z, at this point in the fight, it would be the episode where Goku and Cell fight each other, and I think it's called The Fight Is Over, and they fight each other, and it's the fight where Cell blows up the ring and he launches the famous Kamehameha moment, and it's just a glorious episode. The animation in that episode was amazing. But this chapter is the same chapter as well. I just wanted to point that out because in that point in the fight, the filler in that fight is so good. So if you never read Dragon Ball and you're about to read it now, at this moment is technically where that episode's from. So this chapter starts with Goku just getting punched in the face. I mean, Cell is giving him these hands like it's literally his best friend's fucking birthday. And so Goku just can't handle it. So once again, interesting, Toriyama decides to have Goku just kick Cell again in the gut. I mean, that's just Goku's famous move in this fight, launch himself in the air and kick Cell. And then Goku teleports, but unfortunately, Cell saw it coming. You can't do the same thing twice. And so Cell teleports behind him, but then Goku moves out of the way, and then they have one more talk before, they have the final showdown. And Cell's basically saying, I'm having too much fun. I don't want to ring out. And of course, we knew that the tournament setting wasn't going to last because we've already had 3 tournaments in Dragon Ball. So, I mean, Cell blowing up the tournament is pretty much a good way to end this whole tournament arena thing. I mean, I really wish to stick around in the story, but it's fine. It's just cool enough to see Cell, you know what? I'm going to blow it up. Why not? And Goku, at that moment, Goku's like, wait, what? And then he has to yell at all of his friends to get out of the way because he doesn't want them to get wrecked and have to get wishing back for the Dragon Balls again. So they get all out of the way. A big explosion happens. And then after that Kratos shows up, this is when you get the final confrontation. Goku and Cell are going down and they're having their great conversation. And Cell is basically saying, this is it. Time to go all out because if you lose, I'm going to take you down. And Goku's like, fine. I wouldn't have it any other way, right? And so then, bam, Cell's launching these ki blasts at Goku because he's ready to take him out. And then Goku's trying to dodge out of the way. And then it's in one of the most iconic moments in the series. Goku launches himself high in the air, about to launch him a Kamehameha. A full power Kamehameha, mind you. Here we go. The iconic moment. Normally, when stuff like this happens, this is Goku's like trump card, his big moment, his ultimate move. Like every other fight, when you think about it, like Goku, I almost say Goku Jr. Goku versus Piccolo Jr. He beat Piccolo with a super Kamehameha, and he learned how to fly to defeat him at the last moment. You know, Raditz, he had Goku's help with the special beam cannon. And then Goku versus Nappa, he had the Kaioken, and he had the Kaioken Spirit Bomb, and the Kamehameha times four against Vegeta. And then, of course, against Frieza, he had the Kamehameha Kaioken times 20 combo. Every fight, Goku has this moment where he whips out this never before seen thing he's about to do, or this ultimate full power attack to save the day. And this is Goku's moment, but it's going to end differently than like those other moments. This is supposed to be his ultimate moment, and it is, but it also doesn't go the way he wants to, of course. So, of course, Goku's about to launch this Kamehameha, and everyone's freaking out. Even though it's clear as day, he's got a backup plan. He's not going to launch this thing on the Earth. And so then when Cell finally figures it out, it's too late. Goku, of course, teleports right in front of them and gives him his load all over Cell and blows his freaking head off like he's not messing around anymore. And you just see Cell get messed up where half his body is completely destroyed. Any other character would have died at this point, but of course not. Cell is an invincible brick wall, so he could just revive himself. And of course, you would think the fight would be over now, but it's not. So once everyone has their moment that Cell could be dead, and then Piccolo's like, nah, he has my cells, but on steroids. Cell, of course, picks himself back up in a weird way where you see his lower body pick itself back up and regenerate. And Goku's like, darn, really wish that would have worked, but it didn't, of course. And so Goku at this point, the fight is over, and Goku knows that, and he's tired. But Cell knows that. But they continue to fight anyways because, they want to have a little drama that, oh, Goku's ultimate move didn't work. Let's see what else he can do. So of course they continue fighting. And so Goku's launching himself towards Cell. Cell dodges, and then they just go for blow after each other, taking each other out in the face, all over the body. I mean, they're taking heavy hits. And then Cell just gives Goku a double whammy right in the face. And this is where Goku thinks he's about to die. So he just whips out, explodes, and starts shooting ki blasts at him like he's Vegeta's brother, and just starts shooting these ki blasts at Cell. And Cell is taking these ki blasts left, right, and sideways. And Goku knows this isn't going to finish him, but at least he's putting pressure against Cell, right? And so Cell's taking this pressure, and he says, no, I don't want those problems. And so he just puts up a giant force field barrier to protect himself, and pretty much the fight's over. And you know that. We all know that. We knew Goku was going to win this fight, and he knew that too. And that's why it's important. Because at this point, Goku just says, you know what? I'd rather not die. I'd rather just give up and give him a moment. And of course, Vegeta has to have his explanation of like, yeah, Goku has Saiyan pride, blah 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 blah. Who cares about Vegeta's explanation because we already know he's a beta for just admitting that Goku's better than him. And so at this moment, Goku has this great big smile, and he just admits that he loses. He knew he was going to lose this fight, and that's what's important. And that's the thing that I wanted to get about, my message. What can you learn from this fight? Well, it's easy. I mean, Goku can teach you that even though you know the outcome of something in life, even if you know how something's going to end, you can still enjoy every moment of the journey. Enjoy every moment. Like if you're going to go watch a movie and you already know the ending, but you know it's a good movie, don't you want to see the middle of that movie? Don't you want to see how the characters get to the end of the movie? You want to see the journey they take. And that's what's great about Goku versus Cell. He went into this knowing he was going to lose, but he wanted to test his strength and give everyone a good show. And he did that. And he confused everyone by giving up his ultimate trump card. I mean, of course, we could talk about the story. We could talk about the characterization and all that. But a million other videos have already done that and probably could do better than me. But of course, at this point, Goku gives up and decides, like, you know what? Instead of calling Mr. Satan clearly the GOAT, obviously, who else would want Mr. Satan to fight Cell again? But he changed his mind and said he was going to pick Gohan. And that's everything I wanted to say. I probably could have made it a really short video just saying, yeah, Goku can teach you a great life lesson about, exploring and enjoying every moment in life, even if you know the outcome, make the most out of every moment. But I thought it'd be funner to discuss the fight and discuss every moment of Goku and Cell whamming each other like it's the greatest match of all time. But that's pretty much it. So I hope you have a guys have a good one and peace. See you on the next one.